Most people won't tell you this. Don't die of old age before you recoup your investment. Make every day a selling day. I know most of us, even when I was starting poultry farming, I realized there is one weakness with us farmers. And that weakness is you want to become a millionaire in the poultry sector. In this video, I'll be able to explain to you how you can be able to make 100,000 Kenyan shillings in 1 month when you are doing poultry farming. Or that is around $850 in 1 month. How can you be able to get a profit of 100,000 Kenyan shillings or $850 in 1 month while you are doing poultry farming? So currently what I'm doing, I'm trying to readjust these automatic drinkers. I realize that these chicken are not getting enough water, so that is what I'm currently doing. So for a bell drinker like this, you have to make sure that you really adjust it well like this. Okay, so as you can be able to see some water come out. So as you can see, I have adjusted and the water is coming out. Even you can see when I lift it up, you can see that now water is coming out. So these chicken were not getting enough water. They had dropped a bit in the laying, and that's why I have come to rectify that problem. So let's also see this other drinker over here. Why is water not coming out? So as we can be able to help this chicken. Let me turn it so as you can be able to see. So in case you are using an automatic bell drinker like this one, and you have experienced such cases whereby you will find that water is not coming, you just adjust this knob over here. You try to tighten it, because once you tighten it, you end up finding out that there is a spring over there that releases the valves that can release the water onto the bell drinker. So that's why we have to adjust it. So keep tuned as we continue educating you on the poultry sector. You can see how beautiful our chicken are, and we are not relenting. We want to be able to produce for you one of the best chicks. You know, the most constraint of an egg is water. And even if you are feeding your chicken very well and you are not giving your chicken proper water, you won't be able to get enough eggs from the chicken. The chicken will be giving you a lower yield because you are only feeding them the quantity. So how will you be able to get like 100,000 Kenyan shillings or $850 from poultry farming? Is it simple and easy as I say it, or is it hard? It depends with the level of wisdom that you have. If you are more wise, then it can be way easier. I heard this president of Tanzania saying that foolishness, which is known as upumbavu in Swahili, is a talent. So it depends. Do you have a talent of upumbavu, or are you wise? Because you can just decide you have to ignore some things and you don't want to follow the things as they are. And you may say that this is a myth. You may choose your pill, either the red pill or the blue pill. Choose. You choose the blue pill, you survive. You choose the red pill, then you succumb. So you have to decide, are you choosing the red pill or are you choosing the blue pill? Do you want to succeed in the poultry sector, or do you want to hear the myths and the superstitions and the misconceptions from other people? Do you want to make your future bright, or do you want to follow what other people say? The choice is yours. Choose wisely. So, how am I saying this? How can you be able to make $100,000, 100,000 Kenyan shillings, or $850 by doing poultry farming? It's way easy. What you have to do, let's just take this simple example. If you are able to purchase like 1,000 chicks from us, from this parent stock, 1,000 chicks, okay? So you have purchased 1,000 chicks from us at a cost of 90 bob, okay? These chicks will consume 0.85 kgs per chick until they reach 1 month of age. Remember, when you are feeding your birds, when they are this young stage, don't have a lot of spillage, because that spillage is your money. You are pouring your money on the ground. So when you are feeding your young chicks, make sure you are feeding them proper, because if you are not feeding your young birds properly, you won't be able to make a profit out of this venture. So make sure when you're feeding your bird, you don't have a lot of feed spillage. So the cost of 1 kg currently is around 74 bob, Kenyan shillings. You can convert it to dollar at the rate of 130 Kenyan shillings to $1. You can convert it and you can be able to get the values in dollars. So this one is a video that I've made it using our local currency. Okay? So you are using 74 bob for 1 kg, and this chicken will consume around 0.85 kgs. So that is around 63 bob. Okay? So 63 bob will go to feeding the birds. You have bought the bird, remember, at 90 bob, and now you have fed your bird with 63. Another thing that you need is that the bedding that you'll use on a chicken coop will cost you around 5 Kenyan shillings. That will come to the wood shavings and also the newspapers that you'll put in the brooder whereby you want to rear your chicken. In this video, I am saying this only on those costs that are not fixed. The fixed costs like the feeders and the drinkers and the brooding bulb, I've not put them in this video because those are something that you only buy once, then you can be able to continue getting money. I've only put in things that you'll be able to purchase over and over when you are brooding your chicken. Okay? So I've said the cost of bedding, the newspaper and everything is around $5. The cost of heating, you either decide, you are providing the heat to the chicks. You can either decide, you have to use any alternative way of how you can be able to heat your bulb. You can decide to use the charcoal brooders, or you can use electricity brooders whereby you use the brooding bulbs, or also you can decide to use the gas brooders. Those are the ways of how you can be able to brood your chicken. The cost of brooding is 12 Kenyan shillings. All this currency, I've put it in Kenyan shillings. So it is 12 Kenyan shillings to provide the heating to your brooder. Okay? And something else is also known as the labor. The person that you will employ on your poultry farm. How much money will you be able to pay them? The cost that you'll be able to pay those people that are rearing your chicken for you, because if you decide you're not rearing it, maybe you are doing some other job, it will be around $8 per chick. So if it is 1,000, you get that is 8,000. Okay, so that is the local wage. So if you are able to pay $8 for that person that is rearing for you the birds, and also we can add some miscellaneous, something may arise, around 5 Kenyan shillings. I don't know why I'm saying dollars. So the other one is 8 Kenyan shillings, not $8 per chick. And also the other one whereby I've said is miscellaneous is 5 Kenyan shillings. So when you decide and do all those arithmetic together, you end up finding out that the cost of rearing one bird so that it can be able to reach 1 month old is around 193 Kenyan shillings, which is around $1.48 US. The cost of rearing one chick to reach 1 month of age. And at what price are you selling this chick? So you have been able to raise your chicken from day old. You have passed a lot of troubles, and you are able to, maybe you have lost like around, can I say maybe you have lost like 10 or 15 out of the 1,000. If you are purchasing the birds from us, I told you we are selling the day old chicks at a discounted price. And this price is correct at the time of filming this video, which is around the 28th of September 2024. So what are you waiting for? So if you are able to purchase the day old chicks from us at 90 bob Kenyan shillings, okay, and your chick have grown at a very faster rate, maybe you have lost only maybe 10 to 15 birds and they have reached 1 month of age, you know we usually add it. So meaning you'll be able to remain with all the 1,000 birds that you bought from us, because for every 100 we usually add 2 chicks. So if you have bought 1,000 birds, we have added to you 20 chicks. The more you buy, the more we add. Okay, so maybe you have lost those 15 or 20 birds. Now you are remaining with a whole 1,000 birds, and you want to sell these 1,000 birds off to the market. The farm gate price of our bird that you have brooded, because the size of that bird will be so big. I think there's a video of where I posted the fastest growing chicken breed in the world. So make sure you also watch out that video. So if you're able to buy the chicks from us and you're able to rear them up to that stage of 1 month old, then you'll be able to get chicks that have really grown at a very faster rate. And you know the selling price of this chick, do you know how much it is? Huh? Do you know how much that is? It is 320 Kenyan shillings. That can be around 2.46 US dollars. If you're converting it using around the exchange rate of 130, it will be around 2.46 US dollars. So when you try to do your margins, you'll end up finding out that you are getting around 127 Kenyan shillings as profit, or around 0.9798 US dollars as profit. So even you can end up finding out that for the birds that you have reared, there are 1,000 birds, you are getting a profit of 127,000. But I've just put 100,000 as the base. Okay, so you are getting a profit of 127,000 as profit. I've put the 27,000 just to protect the margins properly, so as you can be sure that you'll be able to get 100,000 Kenyan shillings. And remember, the demand for the brooded chicks is so high, even us ourselves, we can't be able to satisfy it. So if you are able to sell to you day-old chicks, then you can be able to help us satisfy that market here in Kenya, because the market is so wide, and we also need people who can, and the partners who can be able to help us solve that problem. So if you are able to get around, if it is for the US dollar, you can be able to get around 980 US dollars as profit. I told you in this channel I'll be teaching you how you can be able to do profitable and sustainable poultry farming business. Because if you're able to do something that is profitable and sustainable, then you can be able to make a lot of money out of this venture. Now we ended up finding out that the cost of rearing those birds is around 200,000 Kenyan shillings. Okay? The cost of rearing those brooded chicks is around 200,000 Kenyan shillings. That is on the rough estimate. And that, if you convert it into US dollars, that will be around 1,540 US dollars, so as you can be able to rear those chickens up to 1 month of age. If you are able to follow all those things, then you can be able to get that profit. In Kenyan shillings, that will be 120,000 Kenyan shillings as profit per month. You're earning more than a person who is working in an office. You see, just you are not doing the work yourself, you can dedicate the work. That's why I've put labor 8 bob. That means around 8,000. That is the average wage of people of the farm hand on a farm, whereby you are rearing like only 1,000 birds. If you are able to do that, then you'll be able to get money faster. Brooding chicks is the only way in the poultry sector that you can get a lot of money in a very short time. I believe in one thing: time value of money. I think that is the only biggest thing that most people usually don't get it. If I decide to be raising chicks like in 5 months, I'll be able to get a profit of over 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Then you decide that you're brooding this chicken up to the age of maybe 3 months or 3 to 4 months. It will cost you like around 400 to 500 Kenyan shillings. So the profit will be around, you'll sell this bird at around 750 to 800. You'll get around a profit of 300,000 Kenyan shillings, while I will get a profit of 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Well, will you ever get me? If I do it in a span of 5 years, how much money would I have made, and how much money would you have made if you decide to retain your chicken up to that long? How much money will you get? Don't waste your money. When you are doing an investment, when you are doing an investment, make sure you really take it on how you'll be able to recoup your investment. The return on investment, the ROI. How long will it take you to be able to recoup your investment and make a lot of money out of it? Because as I have told you, if I am doing it in a span of 5 years, how much money would I have made compared to you, who you are rearing it up to around 3 to 4 months of age, so as you can be able to sell them for meat? Just do your math properly and you'll find out that, I know most people will say, not everybody can be able to rear the brooded chicks so as they can be able to sell them at that point. I'm saying there will be saturation in the market. But if you're buying the chicks from us, sometimes, I've said sometimes, may offer a helping hand. I think you understand. Can be able to help you a bit. So don't worry about selling your chicks. We'll be able to be with you all the time. Okay. So if in a span of 5 years, I may be like 3 to 4 times richer than you, who are doing the other model. Most people won't tell you this. I'm just telling you this so as you can also become someone in a society. So make sure when you are doing poultry farming, you are doing poultry farming as a business. Don't die of old age before you recoup your investment. Don't. Make sure you are doing a business that gives you money every day. Make every day a selling day. I know most of us, even when I was starting poultry farming, I realized there is one weakness with us farmers. And that weakness is getting attached. Don't get too attached to your chickens. If you get too attached to your chickens, you love them too much, then you won't be able to make money out of this venture. When you have chicks and you have a customer and the customer is providing to you at a best price, sell the chicken and buy other chicks. Don't get your heart into the chicken too much, that you love the chicken extremely much, you can't sell them like they are like children. You are doing poultry farming as a business. You are not hurting the chicken. You're just selling them off to go to find a new home. So if you are able to get a market and selling your birds, don't get too attached to your birds. This chicken keep on jumping on me. Don't get too attached to your birds. If you get a market, dispose them off, then buy new ones. Just make sure that you do your math right, so as you don't get a loss. We want you to make money out of this venture and come back to purchase the old chicks from us. Okay, then if you're able to do that, you'll be able to make a lot of money. If you're able to make such amount of money, remember, you're also having low risk here. Okay? You're having low risk. You're brooding these chicks only for 1 month, then you're selling them off. Chicks like this one, they can't get Newcastle disease when they're still very young. Their immunity is very high against some viral diseases like Newcastle. So these other diseases can attack those chickens when they're above 2.5 months to 3 months of age. So these chicks, you have only vaccinated them and you can be able to sell them off at earlier stage, reducing the risk of you losing a lot of money. Because when the chicks are very young, they usually suffer only from these small diseases like typhoid, some diseases like coccidiosis, those diseases that you can just manage using some antibiotics. So if you are really keen of what you are doing, then you'll be able to make a lot of money out of this venture. So don't waste your time and don't waste yourself. Don't get too attached to your chicken. I'm telling you, if you get too attached to your chicken, then you won't be able to make a lot of money. Make sure you don't get attached, because if you don't get attached, then you'll be able to make a lot of money, and you can be able to save your generation. Maybe you can create generational wealth. We all want to become rich, but you only have to become wise. I've told you, you either choose the red pill or you choose the blue pill. If you decide, it's your own choice. Let's see you in the next video.